Meditation, meditation. This is the new. It's not the new. It's the old, but it's coming again and again and again. And the more we learned, whether it is about Torah, Judaism, spirituality, or the more we learn about the world out there, the mundane, and how to be happy, and how the philosophy of life and everything, at the end we realize that the goal to our ultimate happiness, or the tool, I should say, not the goal, the tool of our ultimate happiness is meditation. If we want to achieve what we want, the meditation is the most powerful tool, and the whole world is changing currently, whether in the secular world or the religious world. More and more people starting to meditate. It's spreading, and eventually, very soon, we're gonna have a whole world meditating. So, what is so powerful about meditation? Starting with, it's gonna start already with kids. Schools already have it. They have it in businesses. They have in religion, obviously, but they have it like literally almost every field. People realize we need to meditate. We can change our life if we meditate. We can change the world. Meditate. We can have different lives. We can be happy. We can heal ourselves through meditation. It seems that it's the answer to everything. So meditation is really, in a way, accessing the power of our soul. In life, we usually access the power of our body, and we are limited in doing that. If we use our intellect, we don't necessarily use our soul. So the idea is that the more we exercise meditation, the more we are going to get to the point where we are going to be able to use every part of ourselves, the body and the soul. Now, what's happening is that what happened to us, really? Like, why we used to meditate much more? Why is the world in such a physical level, right? The forces of evil, so to speak, or the force of physicality or materiality are trying to, and we see as the end of time is coming now, it's faster and faster, it's trying to make you so busy in your mind and bring so many images and so many sound and whatever it is, and you have no time basically to connect to your energy, to your emotions. The intellect, the brain, the thoughts is responsible for your emotions. You can be extremely happy one day, you just feel good, your emotions are settled, and all of a sudden you get one news, blockage from the head to the heart. The heart now had all that energy, in a second disappears. What happened? What happens is that you had something here that's prevented you from feeling tremendously happy. Now, sometimes it's necessary for if there's a bad news, while someone passes away, God forbid, or someone is hurt, then yes, we have to create room, and the feeling of sadness is necessary on a little, on a small level, right? But very often we get trapped, and our mind just is stuck with those thoughts, and then we cannot feel happy. My natural state, almost similar to a little baby, who, when baby if he's fed, right? If he's not bothered by his body, he's happy, he sings, he plays, right? It's not is not it's his emotion, so to speak, feels him. His intellect is not developed. That's why he cannot speak, and therefore he's not bright. Now, why don't we feel always happy? Why don't we feel always love? If you really think about it, every second of your life, all the time, you're receiving life. Right now, I'm receiving energy in me. I'm receiving love. I'm receiving everything. Everything I need. God gives me everything right now. So what do people who meditate do? They just feel it. They're aware of it. They accept it, right? They open their hands like, let me feel the energy you're giving me. There's a current, there's electricity, so to speak, spiritual electricity going into me. My soul is connected to the source. Everything is connected to the source. So I start to become aware that everything around me, everything that I see, everything that I feel is all a gift, is all energy, is all love, is all good. Because it comes from God. That's why people go in nature, because it's untouched by man. If it's touched by man, don't necessarily send me the good thing. Music can also affect me negatively. So you have to be careful what type of music you listen to. But you look out there, you go in nature, and realize God gives life to the trees. You see, you feel the sap in the trees, the energy being given. Where does it all come from? God is sending that energy. The sun's constantly giving its rays. There's light. Constantly, non-stop. God is giving energy. So if we just release the mind from all its thoughts of everything that's triggering him, then he allows a straight path from God, so to speak, to his soul, to his emotions, because we need both the emotion and intellect to connect to the soul. But the more quiet the intellect is, the more I can connect to the spiritual, to the true self, to the root of the self. So what's happening is that we need to do that more and more. The moment the more I'm connected to it, the deeper I'm connected to it, the more I'm able to receive, the more I'm able to be happy, the more I'm able to feel love. And the less I let the image and the thoughts bother me. Now, that's a little bit the secret. So now, what's the difference between prayer and meditation? Because as Jews, and in most religions, we have to pray. So is prayer meditation, or is meditation not prayer? So in a way they're intertwined, but it says in the Gemara Brachos 32b that we used to pray or meditate. We used to pray for 9 hours a day. It was 1 hour of preparation, then we had prayer, and 1 hour of after prayer, of internalizing the prayer. So what does that mean? And then we did that 3 times a day, so that's a total of 9 hours. And it says that everything will come to us. We didn't have to work a lot, we didn't have to study a lot. Everything will naturally come to us. I mean, there was no blockage, right? Blockage is a trauma. It's a we have to everything that happens is based on the trauma. So we have to heal ourselves from all the traumas we have, all the image or thoughts that affected us. So what's happening is that our body lacks to do nothing. Our body lacks repetition, and we need to calm the body. And when I mean calm the body, it calm also the intellect. Body likes to be dead, right? Just do nothing, just relax, just do nothing. So the body, we want to calm the body, because if we calm the body and its intellect, then I'm able to penetrate, to access much faster my soul and my emotions. So I quiet everything, I'm become like a dead person almost, right? And that's what the 1 hour preparation, where I let my body enter into the routine, into sleeping mode, and the meditation allows to do that. It calms the body, it puts him in that trance. In repetition, you're like you're dead, and you're happy. The body is happy, and then because of that, the intellect is not bothered by the needs of the body, and I'm able to freely access my soul. When I access my soul, now the soul is energy, and the soul wants to move, and so that's the prayer. Prayer is when then I come and I access all my emotions and the desires that I have, and I just try to make a difference, infuse the world with things, with more good, with more emotion. I connect to God. I say, I want to be closer to God. I want to feel you more, because let's be honest, the moment we're born, everything that we want is more pleasure. We want to feel. Everything we do is to feel. We want to feel happy. But so that's what we do on prayer. We pray, say, I want to increase my feeling of love. I want to increase my feeling of happiness. But we have to be careful, because that's very selfish. It's just egoistic. So what I do, I say, I want the world to be filled with more love and happiness, because the truth is, the more the world is happy around me, the more there's love in the world, the more I will feel happy too. Sometimes we think that if I feel happy and loved, then I'm the happiest guy in the world. This is so small compared to a feeling of universal love and universal happiness. The more energy there is, the more you're connected to everything, the more connected to people, the more connected to universe and God, the more happy you are. But if we're focused just on ourselves, you become selfish, and you just keep that energy for you, and then it's unhealthy and not the purpose of the world. So that's what the tefillah is. The tefillah is really, you use the meditation as a springboard to enter into tefillah, and the tefillah is really directing that energy that exists in the world, directing something so things move and increase, right? And then after prayer, when I have done that work, and let send the flow come to me down into the world, then I try to seal it, so to speak, to make a seal, to bound it to myself. Now go back into the world. Now I'm going to have to go in the world and deal with all the thoughts and all the things, but I'm connected to that sense, that awareness, that energy, that love, and I try to attach to it, and to keep those emotions, that connection I have with everybody, so that when I go in the world and people tell me stuff, try to hurt me or whatever it is, any things that might affect me negatively, I'm such in a state of awareness and connection to God that it won't affect me negatively. I have an aura, protection. So that's, I don't know, that's the thoughts I wanted to share with you today. Is my friends, you will see that if you meditate every day, you feel stronger during that day. It is a secret. I'm doing that video really for myself, but I like to share it because it's hard to meditate. It's hard to stop. The body enjoys it only after you start. It's like going to the gym. To go to the gym, you feel lazy. It's just like, but once you're at the gym and you get the body pumping, wow, the muscle gets excited. You're happy. Same thing with meditation. Meditation is almost the opposite. It's a spiritual, physical, spiritual exercise. It's exercise for the body, but in a different, on the opposite side. So we need to. The body is not excited at the beginning. He wants to do stuff. Even though he likes to do nothing, it's a work to get to that pleasure. So the body doesn't want to do that work. The work going to the gym, same thing. So I have to do that, and then after the body likes it, and the body wants it more and more. I mean, it gets used to it. I felt that feeling in myself that that was good. that was good. And then if you do it on a regular basis every day, really, according to our Torah, it should be 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and night. Then you're gonna feel more powerful. You're gonna feel more happy. But try to remember what I say all the time. It's that flow of energy. You have to basically you have to feel. My wife says it like that. It's a Niagara Falls Shefa, Niagara Falls flow. Imagine you're under the Niagara Falls. Right, water falling. You cannot be there. It's like it's gonna crush you actually if you go under, right? But imagine that you're able to stand. You're in the part of the Niagara Falls where you so much where you are there just receiving that energy. That's how you have to feel all the time, because God is doing it all the time. Not only on you, but on everybody else, on everything. It's there, except people who are blocking themselves. If you block yourself. So you have to let the mind be aware of that, being constantly aware of that, and that's whole day meditation. It's that little awareness, that little voice that tells you, hey, you're receiving right now love. Hey, right now you're receiving energy. All the blessing, Baruch Ata Hashem, is all here to remember that you're receiving constant energy. How come we're not aware constantly that every breath I take is from God? So we are on mode, on automatic mode, on cruise. We are on cruise, and we are just using the cruise, and we forget that there's someone giving gas constantly. We're driving and cruising, and I forget even that I can push the pedal and to increase the cruise. I don't forget that driving, but yeah, my body is driving. I'm being driven. I'm on cruise. I put myself on cruise control, and that's very dangerous, because you forget you're driving, and where you take it for granted, and the gas is being misused. Enjoy the ride, but be aware that you're being provided constantly with the gas. So anyway, those are the thoughts I wanted to share with you. Work on meditation, learn about meditation. If you try to learn from the more secular side, the one that I like the most personally is Dr. Joe Dispenza. He read his two last books, You Are the Placebo and Being Supernatural. He teaches you scientifically how meditation works, and it is great. He has great meditation, guided meditation. You can find some free on YouTube, and he has a whole workshop that is great. Then there is, if from the Jewish side, the people who, beside the hidden tzaddikim that exist out there in the world, I would say that you should listen to Rabbi Daniel Katz, and you listen to Rabbi Yom Tov Glazer. I know Rabbi Shalom Arush has some stuff, but I've never heard video from him. So those are the few. There's a few more, but those are the two ones who are out there making seminars and workshops. Yeah, it's spreading all over. Basically, the world is realizing that this is the key, and therefore you're gonna see in I don't know, 10, 20, 30 years, everybody will be meditating every day, because it's the answer to our healing, it's our answer to our happiness, answer to being close to God, it's answer to everything. Because we're becoming more spiritual. When you're using meditation, you're using your soul. It's like, how do I use my soul? How do I know? Meditation, you're quieting the body, and you're entering your subconscious, what's hiding behind your intellect. Right now I'm thinking that I'm talking to you. Who is able to do that? That's my higher self, so to speak. I can be watching myself from above, whatever. Don't go into it. But the idea is that you can think that you think, and that's accessing the soul and its power. So let's use our soul, not just our body, not just our emotion, not our intellect. All those are tools that the soul can use. So make the work. Don't be spiritually lazy, I like to call it. We don't. You want to be really happy, feeling love, do it. And I think one thing I will recommend for all those who are religious and daven, do tefillah, I will tell them before you pray, and the Rambam says that. I mean, they all they all have always say that. So many, just take some minutes to meditate. Put a small meditation in your car before you enter the synagogue. 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes meditation. Put some music that helps you without words, ideally, that helps you connect and your mind and connect to yourself, slow down the body, slow down the thoughts, connect to the deeper self, and then you go into your prayer is going to be so much easier. So much easier. Although Korbanot, Sukkah de Zimra, and Shema is a preparation really for the Tefillah, it's technically a type of meditation. It is a meditation that we have a very hard time to access because we say a lot of things we don't understand. Most people don't understand Hebrew, and most people don't understand what they are saying. It's almost as if I could say, I'm not saying to do it, but I'm saying it's as if that instead of saying blessings, korbanot, the Psukei Dizimah, the Psalms, and the Shema Israel before the Shmoneh Esrei, we should just meditate because it has the same purpose. But we have still to do it because it's filled with message and there's a lot to learn from it. The truth is, you have to study the preparation to Tefillah, which is all those 3 stages before Shmoneh Esrei, and also what's after Tefillah. But like I say, it's a type of meditation. If you can use that. So, but you have to learn. You have to learn about the Siddur, how it works. Remember, the Siddur is the greatest Kabbalistic work ever written in a way. Siddur is the book of prophets. It was written by prophets, and is meant to access your soul. It's meant to get high. We just don't read the manual correctly. We don't use it correctly. We have to study it, and it's filled with secrets. And but we're not so secrets are not so important. What's important is to be able to get higher, connect to be happy. So guys, my friend, I really encourage all of you to meditate more and more. Don't let this stop this. Right there at this moment as you're listening to that, your soul, your heart is able to be filled with tremendous passion, love, and energy. And the only thing that's stopping yourself from it is yourself here. That's the whole thing, by the way. The whole thing of the Sfirat HaOmer, right? This is Israel, this is the soul, so to speak, the head, and this is the body. So, in what we do really, in many ways, when we pray, we try to access that, to leave that, to go there. There's 2 ways of connecting to our soul. One is calming the body, purifying the body, not letting the emotions bother us. That's what meditation do, so to speak. And then when this is all quiet, then I can access that. So, and that's we do Sfiras HaOmer. We try to work on all those traits that we have, on those emotions. But that was the old ways. That's Rabbi Yesh Kodesh says that in Demar Shabbat Tova. The old way was to work really on that, to purify oneself, as people will fast and all that, to calm the body, not be affected by the body. But today, the Demar Shabbat Tova says the ideal way is this, is to infuse the mind with the right thought and then send that light down into the body. So in order to do that, we calm our thoughts. The intellect is almost intellect physical thoughts, meaning we calm the thoughts of the body that has been triggered, and the thoughts connect that affected the body. and we try to remove, so to speak, the intellect that is blocking, and let the deeper intellect, the soul, the thoughts, enter down, and let the body be filled with the light. So yes, those are the two paths, right? And yeah, so now it's time to do the work. I wish you all a good Shabbos, and may you all achieve the highest possible level you can achieve, and may you feel God's love. Try at the end of every meditation to hug God. Imagine you hug God. What does that mean, hugging God? Imagine you're hugging the strongest, powerful sense and feeling of love. Take all the greatest power you ever felt, the greatest emotions you ever felt. Imagine it, reconnect to it, and embrace it. That love that you're gonna feel, that energy, that power, that's God Himself. But it's a taste of God, because God is in this energy. God is in the power. God is everything. So, and just imagine that you're hugging God. You're hugging life. You're hugging energy. You're hugging the world. And stay like that. That's one of the things that I like to do. I learned from my Rebbe. He should live long and be healthy. After the Shmoneh Esrei, at the end of the Shmoneh Esrei, you say Yiru Ratzon Mifei V'Egon Libi Lefanecha Hashem Tzurei V'Goalim, but before you take the 3 step back, right? You have finished the Shmoneh Esrei, you have spoken, you have changed the world, you have asked God for good things for the world, you have prayed for yourself too, and now the last blessing is Shalom. You have peace with everything. You hope that everything is going to settle in peace. Everything is going to work out. And then, before you step back, you're there in the private meeting room with God, and you just want to stay a few more minutes with God. Want to stay a few more minutes with God. So you stay there with God. Don't move. Stay a few more minutes and say, God, I just want to stay with you. I'm there with you. I just spoke to you, and I don't want to ask you anything anymore. I have nothing to ask. The only thing I want is to be with you, is to stay with you. Those can be the most powerful moment of your whole prayer, of your whole meditation. It's like two lovers. They don't have anything to say anymore. There's nothing to show, to prove, to anything. We're just hugging. We're just here together, embraced, or even it's not embraced. We're here in the meeting. I just want to be with you, next to you. I just love you. And then after a few minutes, you go back. Then you're showing God you're not here just for your own interest. I need to do that, then I'm leaving. I need to pray. We gotta have to pray. No, you do more. Chesed. You become a chassid. You're expanding it. It's becoming real. It's becoming a real relationship. Right? So it's a marriage. Let's not forget. Your relation with God is a marriage. It's not just a business partner. God forbid. So just try to just stay. Quality time with God, right? One of the 5 languages of love is quality time. So God's like to have quality time with you. So you have to give it to Him. Same with your spouse. So may we all be able to achieve special quality time with God. And let me know how it goes. Have a wonderful, excellent week, Shabbos. And that's it. Love you all.